Bro, back in 2012 when we met, you had introduced me to Supreme Empire, a movement, a monumental movement, and something that I was definitely feeling, sharing the sentiments about empowering our people, empowering the youth in the inner cities, giving them different perspectives about life, realities and fantasies and things of that nature. Why don't you tell the people about Supreme Empire, the birth of it and the aspirations of it and and what it's tied to now.
Well, I'm from Southside Jamaica, Queens, for the most part, and I came up under the shadow of the Supreme team, and you know what I mean. A lot of the dudes in my age group, you know what I'm saying, were emphatic about being poor righteous teachers, and taking on attributes of Allah and pronouncing them in our everyday life, you know. So when I say I'm talking about um, probably about 91, you know what I'm saying, I started coming into the a more complex aspects of knowledge itself, and I've aspired to bring something beautiful, to the ghetto youth. You know what I'm saying? So I was a rapper. I was doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? I moved around. I know a lot of people I've associated with. Lost Boys. That was my first little crew, or one of my first little crews. You know what I'm saying? And I got a strong Puerto Rican, Dominican, Colombian. You know what I'm saying? Affiliation as far as those people who I came up with around. Liberty Avenue and all this type of stuff out there in Queens. You know what I'm saying? When I first jumped off the porch, so I got a lot of them who's like family to me. You know what I mean? So it's always been about, you know what I'm saying, unifying with me. You know what I mean? I moved around a lot. I was my family. We was homeless sometimes. You know what I'm saying? We were poor, just about we're broke, just about all the time. You know what I'm saying? So you know everything we built and everything we claimed to was about honor and and relationships and supporting each other. You know what I'm saying? So you'll find I know I done hung out with Nas and my man uh, 50. We done you know what I'm saying been around each other a few times. You know what I'm saying? We done spoke a few times. I've been I've been around. You know what I'm saying? So everybody calls me Universal out there. Back in the days, they used to call me Whisper. You know what I mean? So, basically, coming from that point, Supreme Empire has always been what I aspired to do was bring something that elevates us as a whole. You know what I'm saying? As the community support each other because the people who we actually are, you know what I'm saying, trying to get off our neck, they they're pretty organized. You know what I'm saying? Um, so basically, Supreme Empire, the highest empire. Know what that is a unification of nations, leaders and strong men. You know what I'm saying? Um, the Supreme Empire has been my thing for a long time. Basically, what I've been spitting with y'all these last few minutes is basically about the ambitions that I have for the youth and the youth to have those same ambitions for their youth. It's about putting our youth in positions of power in this country to be able to defend themselves and each other against oppression. So this is one of the things that I don't recommend some of the more used tactics as far as selling drugs and so forth like that. I understand why we do what we do, and anybody who doesn't, it's only because they are not a part of that struggle. You know what I'm saying? Because it's mandatory. Excuse me. It's mandatory that we respect ourselves and are respected. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, the means to getting that respect is financial. And there's no shortcuts when it comes down to it. But we all know this. So, but the point is, that's not the way that most of the money in this country is being made anymore. You know, right now the richest men in the world are tech moguls. This is where we need to be directing our focus towards more technical trades, um, more political positions, um, more judicial positions. Um, and that's the bottom line, you know, it's the intelligent decision. A lot of times I notice that the homies be having emotional attachments to the hustle. You know what I'm saying? It's all a hustle. You know what I'm saying? You know, you could do 4 years and end up doing 40, or you can study something for 4 years and end up getting money from it for 40. You know what I'm saying? Where they can't mess with you, where they ain't hunting you down and all that type of stuff. Because they feel like our concrete jungle is their safari. They're coming from their neighborhoods where they have gangsters that's been running their neighborhoods for 30, 40, 50 years. You know what I'm saying? And they come to our neighborhoods and chopping off the heads immediately. They want us to be acting immature. You know what I'm saying? They want to deal with something that's immature, and they want to be able to use it as a distraction. When I say them, I'm talking about those who are corrupt. I'm not talking about everybody who's, you know what I'm saying, you know, trying to establish some kind of structure as far as, you know, the flow of society. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about those who are in power and are corrupt. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, man, so we got these dudes doing that. So it's basically they're picking faces. A lot of them cowards. They're not gonna mess with those guys in their neighborhood, in their rural, suburban, or you know what I'm saying, areas and stuff like that. They're gonna come to the urban, the cities, to the jungle, what they call the jungle. You know what I'm saying? Because we're supposed to be like wild animals or whatever, and they want to run around hunters, and it's this stigma, this low self-esteem that perpetuates a lot of the um, you know, so-called criminal activity. You know, it's, a lot of times it's us reacting, you know what I'm saying, on something petty, or for insecurity, or for low self-esteem, you know, and that right there prevents us from manifesting our full power. There's books, okay, here's an old book, I'm gonna tell you, and y'all can check it out. Whoop. Hey yo, part my soul, blood, you heard? Hey yo, bro. I'm busy right now. Um, it
About the book. You was telling them
Yeah,
about the
yeah.
book.
There's books out there, basically that there's a book that I was reading called Think and Grow Rich, written in 1938, and what it talks about is the mindset of those who have been the most successful men in this country financially, in the history of this country. Right now, at that point, you know, so